Every day, around us and within us, invisible chemicals move silently. Chemicals so toxic that even a few micrograms can reshape a life. These are dioxins and furans, the world's most dangerous environmental pollutants. They come from the burning of plastics, industrial smokestacks, and once, from a chemical mixture that changed the course of history. Dioxins and furans belong to a family of toxic chemicals known as persistent organic pollutants, or POPs. They don't dissolve, they don't degrade, and once inside a living organism, they stay for decades. Created unintentionally during the burning of plastics, industrial processes, and chemical manufacturing, dioxins settle into soil, water, and food. From there, they enter our bodies, accumulating in our fat tissues for 7 to 11 years. Their effects? Cancer, reproductive disorders, immune suppression, hormonal imbalance, diabetes, developmental defects, and genetic damage. They are invisible, silent, and deadly.
Lift on 3. 1, 2, 3.
During the Vietnam War, the United States launched Operation Ranch Hand, an unprecedented military strategy. Defoliate forests, destroy enemy cover, and cut food supply by spraying powerful herbicides. We know this herbicide as Agent Orange, a chemical mixture never intended to be a biological weapon, but contaminated with something far worse, TCDD dioxin, the most toxic man-made chemical ever studied. In the rush of wartime production, chemical manufacturers heated the mixture too quickly, accidentally generating massive amounts of dioxin. That contamination, unintended, untested, and unseen, turned a herbicide into a long-lasting human tragedy. From 1961 to 1971, nearly 80 million liters of herbicides were sprayed across Vietnam. Forests, farms, villages, and rivers. People didn't know what was falling from the sky. They called it the chemical rain. But this rain carried dioxin, enough to remain in soil for generations. The consequences were devastating. Dioxin exposure was linked to cancers, liver disorders, diabetes, and nerve damage. Women experienced miscarriages. Children were born with deformities unheard of before the war. Vietnam estimates that over 3 million people had been affected. Meanwhile, US veterans who handled or were exposed to Agent Orange faced cancers, Parkinson's disease, and lifelong disability. The tragedy did not choose sides. It affected soldiers and civilians, Americans and Vietnamese, adults and children yet unborn. In some hotspots like Da Nang and Bien Hoa, soil still contains dangerous levels of dioxin today. Fish, livestock, and water remain contaminated. Entire ecosystems were collapsed. And only now, decades later, Are cleanup efforts finally restoring life? The story of dioxins isn't just history. Every time plastic is burned, every time waste smolders in landfills, every time industries cut corners, dioxins form again. We cannot change the past, but we can learn from it. The silent poison of dioxins teaches us one powerful truth. What we release into the world eventually returns to us. Let the tragedy of Agent Orange remind us that environmental protection is not optional. It is a responsibility we owe to ourselves, to future generations, and to the world we share.